What's going on, guys? Joey back with you today, and in the background we have Division 1 gameplay. Now this game is a very interesting game to where it comes down to the wire. I don't want to spoil it too much for you guys, but I'll just let you guys watch. But the topic of today's video, however, is not the gameplay. It is, the trade deadline and what's coming up for it, and there's actually 4 players I wanted to bring up in this conversation. So the first one being Eric Staal from the Carolina Hurricanes, their captain. Is he going to resign, or is he going to be traded and for probably something for the future? Well, Eric Staal obviously has a brother on the team in Jordan Staal. Now Jordan Staal, I believe, is under contract for another like 7 years or something. He's had a big contract to come to Carolina, and honestly I do not think Eric Staal will be traded. Now here's the reason why. He's obviously playing with his brother in Carolina. Not like that really means much, but I just don't think he's going to be traded. Now his contract, or what he's projected to want, is probably a lot, and Carolina being on the kind of the bottom of the league this year, trying to work for the future, is going to be tough to re-sign him. But also you got to think, honestly, if I was a captain of a team and you're thinking about trading you and you want to stay in Carolina and all this other good stuff, or does he want to stay in Carolina is another good question. But if he does want to stay in Carolina, then why doesn't he take a little bit of a pay cut or something like that in order to stay? This is one thing I will never understand in hockey, to where players get traded because they want too much, that the teams want to keep them, but they just don't want to take less money. But so Eric Staal coming from Carolina, I do not think he's going to leave. I think he's going to stay right there in Carolina. I think he's going to re-sign in the offseason, hopefully with a little bit of a pay cut. That would definitely help Carolina out. Second of all, I would like to go to Boston and talk about Loui Eriksson. Now, Loui Eriksson, obviously part of the Tyler Seguin trade, coming back from Dallas. Now, Loui Eriksson is could be one of your wingers that could put up points in the right team. Now, Eriksson's coming off of a alright season, but he's expiring this year, and I think he's going to be traded. Now Boston, however, is on top looking for the playoffs, but are they going to re-sign him? Maybe, but only if the money's there. Eriksson's obviously could be a very good player, but his contract's going to keep him away from some teams. Now he's obviously expiring this year. He's got $4 million owed to him, I think I read, and I think he's going to be traded. Now Eriksson could be a perfect rental player for some of the top teams that are looking for a second, third line guy, if they don't have a good first line guy even. But he could play almost anywhere in your lineup. I think he's killed penalties, power play, top line, second line, third line, wherever. I'm pretty sure he'll fit in some team. Now also talking about the Dallas Stars and what came back from them, we're going to the Ottawa Senators. Now here's something that's been kind of on my mind for a long time. However, it wasn't really made of a video by itself. Now, if you guys don't remember the Jason Spezza trade, it was Jason Spezza and a prospect who is not really much of anything going to Jason Spezza going to Dallas with a prospect for Alex Chiasson, Nick Paul, and another prospect and a pick, I'm pretty sure. Well, since that trade, Jason Spezza's been a second-line presence in Dallas. A couple of guys. They have a really good, solid, center crew with Seguin, Spezza, Eakin. I'm not exactly sure who their fourth-line guy is, but they have a really good center core there. Well, in this trade, Ottawa, I don't want to say got ripped off, but we basically did. We gave up a top-line guy, or what could be a top-line guy, on a medium to average team. But in Dallas, he just so happens to fit on the second line. Now, when you look at the guys we got back from the trade, Alex Chiasson, he's nothing more than a third, fourth liner at best. Now, he's still young, yes, but he's not really a good hockey player. I don't know what's his best comfortable role is, if that makes sense. But I don't think he has a good shot in Ottawa with all the young guys that are trying to step up and the guys that are actually performing. It's kind of hard to see that. But Alex Chiasson, I think he's going to be traded. Now, there is talks of him being traded, especially Ottawa on the outside looking in right now. They're on a 3-game win streak. But if they don't have that, then I'm not exactly sure. Now, what I'd like to see traded for him, since I am an Ottawa fan, I'd like to see maybe some prospects, probably a, I would like to see a position player in the NHL, obviously, to cover that, and then hopefully a prospect or even a goalie of the future. Maybe add something else into the trade. But they definitely need a goalie of the future, and they need prospects like every other team. So that's it for Alex Chiasson. As the video wraps down, I want to talk about one more young player in Anaheim, in Cam Fowler. Now, he's a young defenseman, could be playing your top line, going to be a top line player, could play with probably anybody's offensive guy. I'd like to see him, probably in Ottawa, but the likeness of that happening is probably not. Now, Cam Fowler, I would love to see in a Sens uniform. However, he'd either be playing first line, they have Mark Mathot, who personally I do not like. And they have Phaneuf, who they just traded for. I know he's got a big contract. And then Fowler would fit in probably the third line role this year. And then hopefully they do something with Mathot to get rid of his contract, or even throw him in the trade. That'd be awesome. But highly unlikely. But Cam Fowler on the trade market, yes, no. Where would he go? Anaheim's on, in the playoff push, but always could fall out if, they start doing bad. But anyway, guys, if you guys didn't see the video in front of your faces, then you see that we're down by 1 goal with a couple seconds left, and I sniped it off the post, and I'm showing you the goalie positioning on that, which is kind of questionable. AI, he just kind of stops in the middle like the puck was coming from the middle. But anyway, guys, if you guys did enjoy the video, please leave a like, subscribe, and all other good stuff, and I'll see you later.